To me, being woke means that you recognize that the world is not a simple place, that everything is not all equal, that justice has not happened yet for everyone, and that there is a lot of work to be done.
Your eyes are wide open and you're paying attention.
And you're reaching out and speaking to people along the way and bringing them on to increase the amount of wokeness in your community.
As just a few of the women selected for Essence Magazine's first ever 100 Woke Women issue, the hit stands on Friday. The cover story shines a spotlight on 12 influencers and activists who are using their voice to battle challenges to our civil rights, regardless of race, religion, or gender. The issue also introduces 88 more women doing their part in the fight for respect and equality. Joining me now is one of the women on the cover, Janae Ingram, who organized the historic Making Women's March in Washington in January. Melanie Campbell is also featured in the issue. She's the president and CEO of the National Coalition on Black Civic Participation. And on FaceTime from New York City is Christina Coleman, Senior News and Culture Editor for Essence Magazine. Christina, I want to start with you. How did this issue come about?
Women making changes in their communities. I think the criteria that we used for this, for woke, was women who are using their work for social change. And we wanted that list to include a variety of women, from political commentators, from Hollywood to the front lines, really, actresses, producers, directors, organizers, women who are using their work to uplift women for healthcare and for self-care. And I think we accomplished that. The cover is beautiful. The 88 women inside, amazing, and it stands Friday, so please make sure you pick it up.
Janae, why do you believe centering this the way Essence is doing is critically important?
Well, obviously, women, we're key to our communities. We are central to our communities. We are caregivers, we are nurturers, we are mothers, sisters, daughters, friends. We are the voices in our community that everyone looks to. And so if we are inspiring change and if we are making the steps to change any issues that aren't about equality and equity, then we essentially are leading that effort. And so it's an honor to be featured as one of the 100, to be on the cover. But I think more importantly, it's an honor for Essence to have noticed the work of women across the country who are really working to advance equality.
Melody?
Well, first of all, Black women, we are the vote. Just watching this last segment, one of the things that's really important when we talk about moving our community forward, Black women turn out that vote. You talk about Georgia 6 from yesterday in Georgia, in the Atlanta area, you can best believe it. You go up on those numbers, you're going to see Black women help drive that Black vote out. And so the power of Black women is not just for ourselves, but also for, as my sister, my good friend, honored to be on featured in this story with her and many others that we know. It's really about moving our community forward. And so I think just having an opportunity, sometimes, you know, you're working, you're always on the vineyard, you're always grinding, just to have a moment where sisters are celebrated, and nothing more exciting than having Essence and honored, and just give you an opportunity to keep getting back out there when we walk out this show and keep pushing and keep fighting for our community.
Christina, obviously, when I was at Savoy Magazine, I was over their Savoy 100 list, and people don't realize how difficult it is when you're trying to narrow a list down to the top 100. What was that process like?
Yeah, it's pretty difficult, but I think what we have to keep in mind here is this is our inaugural list, and so we'll do many more of these. It was hard. There are so many Black women making change in their communities, and so we listed these women in no particular order. We think that all of their work represents Black women equally, but there's more to come from Woke 100. We're also bringing it to life at Essence Festival, which is from June 30th to July 2nd, which is officially called Woke Wonderland. So you can get your tickets now. Go to essence.com for more information, but we're bringing that to life. So these women in our list are coming to our empowerment stage. They're going to be giving us advice. They're going to be uplifting and amplifying women. So there's much more to come from Woke 100. This is just the first list.
Greg and Spencer.
Yeah, I would just say, you know, congratulations, of course, sisters. And, you know, I think it's important that Essence does this. And as you say, not just for the sisters involved, but for Essence. So, you know, how much of this is about that culture shift? I mean, earlier, Roland, you were talking about Bill O'Reilly. This is a very different thing because in a way, Essence is kind of promoting what we've always done, but which we now need to emphasize. How much of this is about really helping people understand that this is what black women have been doing since we came here on these boats?
And before.
And before, no, from the beginning
From
of
the beginning
humanity.
of time.
That's exactly right. How big is it? How big is it that people understand that, though? How big is it? Yeah.
So, you know, when I saw Janae and Melanie on the list, I knew the list was legitimate here. The women I know who are woke. Commending Essence in terms of, they could have said the richest women, the you know, most powerful women, or the most glamorous women. This notion of saying these women who are woke, we're going to hold these people up, you know, that says something about our values, and that really kind of sends a message to the rest of the community about what our values need to be to move ahead. So we definitely commend Essence.
And don't let it stray too more to branding either.
Yeah, no, again, I think Essence has done a wonderful job of, again, reminding people what it is that we need to be focused on. As Spencer just laid out, there could have been a lot of other lists that they did, but even for us who are doing the work, it's important to have that work recognized sometimes. I think so many people they do the work and they do it without recognition, and not for the recognition, but really for the community. And so to be honored and recognized in this way, it does give you the fuel to keep going and pressing on, even in the face of sometimes the other people who don't want to see you succeed and don't want to see this community move ahead.
Only final comment.
Just glad to be a part of this, representing other sisters who are out there doing the work. You know, I'm a coalition builder by trade, and that is what made me so excited to be able to not just lift and say, "Oh, thank you, I appreciated the honor," but that it represents the work of the women, Black Women's Roundtable specifically, doing the work every day, out there yesterday, turning out the vote, Helen Butler in Georgia. So that's what it's about for me, and just want to keep going, and we just represent woke women all over this world.
All right then, well, folks, we appreciate it. Thanks a bunch, and congratulations. A peaceful protest turned deadly. 37-year-old black man was shot and killed by Baton Rouge police. His hands are in the air, and you still get shot by the cops.
Oh my God, please don't tell me he's dead.
We're not going to let hate define us.
Race is a big part of this.
If truly all lives matter, then all lives need to matter equally.
What we require is action. What we require is accountability. We understand that black lives do matter, and we will keep focused on this issue.
NewsOne Now, every weekday morning at 7 on TV1.